Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, wanted to do a couple of things. Wanted to share with you a recent purchase I made at a local antique mall that we have near our house here in Perry. Um, and then another thing I wanted to do is the main thing I want to do tonight is I want to test whether or not I really have the magic touch. We've told you the story about me pulling the 92 score DiMaggio auto the other night as I was talking to Mike, baseball collector, and Andy. She blinded me with refractors. Andy asked me if I ever pulled a Elite Series card out of Donruss, which I did when I was younger, a Howard Johnson out of 92 Donruss. He said he never pulled one, and I started watching some YouTube videos on it, and gosh, I just did not realize how rare it was to pull one of those cards. So I thought I would test tonight whether or not I have the magic touch. I've got a sealed box of 92 Donruss that we're going to bust open and see if we can hit an Elite Series. Man, I'd love to hit one of those Cal Ripken autographs. So we'll see how it goes. But regardless, so we went to a local what am I trying to say? Antique mall yesterday, and I spent maybe the best $2 I've ever spent. Picked up this great Jack Morris rookie card from 78 Tops. 4 sharp corners. Centering's a little off, but man, $1. It's a great card for $1, and I don't get it because Jack Morris, all he did was win championships everywhere he went. 84 with the Tigers. He beat my Braves in 91 and in 92 with 2 different teams. And he also won in 93 as well. So, I mean, the guy's a winner. And, yeah, picked up his rookie card for $1. Really like that card a lot. For another reason, too. Rick Mailer was a pitcher for the Braves for a long time. So, he's also included on that card. I just realized that. That's awesome. The other pick was a 77 Tops. Dennis Eckersley. This is his 3rd year card. Another $1 buy. Hadn't had a card with Eckersley as an Indian on it, so I picked that up. I'm going to be going back to that antique mall, and they had a lot of other stuff that I really wanted to get. Had a $13 Ozzie Smith rookie from was it 79 Tops, I think. They actually had Dennis Eckersley rookie card from 75 Tops that I want to get as well, or 76. Anyway, I'm going to go back. Next time I'm going to take some video footage while I'm there. So wanted to share those 2 cards with you. I thought that was a good $2 well spent. So let's get to the main event here. Now this is going to be the first break I've done live. Well, not live, but you understand what I mean, where I'm filming it. So I don't know if there's a right or wrong way to do this. So we're just going to take care of it. Rip that seal off. I thought the 92 Donruss set was a big step forward in just their overall look. 90 Donruss and 91 Donruss to me were just, gosh, they were lacking in the appeal department. They just looked cheap, I guess. 92 to me really kind of took a step forward in taking kind of the appearance of the card into account. So I always usually pick packs from the top left. So we'll start with the top left stack. So as I'm doing this research, I'm seeing that they're saying that there was typically one elite card per case of 92 Donruss per case. I don't even know how many boxes were in a case. Had to have been a lot. I watched John Jabs broke He busted 720 packs of 92 Donruss and didn't hit one elite. So I have one box, 36 packs, and we're gonna see what we can do here. And typically, what I've seen is the elite card will live right behind the puzzle piece too. I don't know if that's true all the time or not. Otis Nixon, speed demon for the Braves. Love that guy. Marquise Grissom ended up being a great center fielder for us too. Ken Griffey Jr. All-Star. There's Otis Nixon's base card. That's cool. Gary Carter. Did I know he played for the Dodgers? Will Cordero. Steve Avery, another great pitcher for us too during this time. Got our first Diamond Kings. Boy, my heart jumped just then. I don't know if, boy, when I saw that different color come from behind that puzzle piece, I was like, oh goodness. We'll take a look at that hit when we get to it. Dallas, Doug DeCenzo, Tim Wallet, another Will Cordero. This looks like kind of some of the same collation. Pete O'Brien followed by Steve Avery that we had in the first pack. Lee Smith, great closer. Rafael Palmeiro. Gosh, Kurt Gibson. He was a Royal, learning all kind of things, or maybe relearning a lot of things tonight. Diamond Kings, Scott Sanderson. This, I think, was the first year that Diamond Kings became a insert card, meaning kind of a subset. So, and you could tell there was definitely, with the gold foil, they definitely wanted to set it apart and make it look a little more special than they had in the previous years, though. But Dick Perez was a great artist. I think he did all of these Diamond King cards for Donruss. Had to take a little peek. Gosh, I'm horrible. Had to take a little peek. Bobby Witt, Wes Chamberlain, Mike Tillman, Jose Oquendo. Gosh, some of these names just bringing back memories. Bill Wegman, Bill Roberts. Nothing there. Gullickson. Another Lee Smith, Rafael Belliard. Great defender. Obviously didn't do a whole lot power-wise to help the Braves, but my goodness, when we brought him on board in '91 from the Pirates, just transformed our defense. And big reason why we went worst to first in '91 was Rafael Belliard at shortstop. Jeff Blauser was a better hitter, but Rafael Belliard much better defensively. Cal Ripken, Hall of Famer. Candelaria, Mike LaValliere. I love that guy. If you're a Braves fan, you know why. Kent Merker, last Brave to throw a no-hitter. Mike LaValliere, in the '92 NLCS, was the catcher for the Pirates on Sid Bream's slide, which every time I watch it, I feel like that call could have gone either way. But I'm glad that umpire gave us the safe call. Send us back to the World Series, only to lose again to the Toronto Blue Jays. Greg Vaughn, he used to be a big name. Cecil Fielder. Gary Sheffield. There's a Hall of Famer, Barry Larkin. Jose De Leon. These Elite Series cards were numbered, I believe, out of 10,000. And the Cal Ripken out of 5,000. He only signed 5,000 cards. Jeff Bagwell. I knew there was some 90. There was a 91 Topps trade. I guess that would be considered his rookie, 92. NL Rookie of the Year in 91. I have his 91 Topps traded, so I guess maybe that's his first Donruss card. I'd have to look and see if there was a rookie subset in 91. Greg Olson, catcher for the Braves. Greg Jeffries, he was a good player back in the day. Blackjack McDowell. Pudge Rodriguez. I think that might be his rookie card as well. First Donruss anyway. Gosh, I'm horrible. I got to stop doing that. I'm taking all the suspense away. Steve Howe. Bob Walk. Charlie Leibrandt. Gosh, every time I see him, all I can hear is Jack Buck in my ear. We'll see ya tomorrow night. Charlie Leibrandt gave up a walk-off homer in Game 6 of the 91 series to Kirby Puckett. Gave back all the momentum after a gem of a game that we should have won. Charlie Leibrandt comes in with his dang changeup. Kirby Puckett told him what he could do with it. Oh well, David Cone. Kenny Lofton, rated rookie. And I'd forgotten he came up with the Astros. There's Eck, Dennis Eckersley. Kenny Lofton. Gosh, what havoc he could wreak on the base paths. Cause all kind of problems for a defense. He did not stay with the Braves very long. I don't think he and Bobby Cox meshed very well together. And if you didn't mesh with Bobby, you weren't around very long for sure. Harold Reynolds, MLB Network fame. Dave Stewart. It's Coleman. There's Randy, the big unit. There's Ricky's base card. We also hit a Ricky, maybe not. I guess I was imagining an all-star card in here. McCarkey, Felix Jose, Lenny Harris, Jimmy Key. All right, quarter of the way through, and so far nada in the way of an Elite Series. How do you say this guy's last name? Gubicza? Gosh, that used to drive me crazy, that guy's name. El Presidente. This guy. Ugh. Pulled Ron Gant off of first base. The umpire called him out. Pulled him off of first base. I hate that guy to this day for that reason. Kevin Bass. Zane Smith, former Brave. Mitch Williams, closer. For the Phillies, there's Fred. This was the year before Fred joined us on the Braves. Boy, he ignited us in '93, helped us a lot. Eric Karros, rated rookie. He was rookie of the year as well. Maybe 92 rated. Was he 92? He might have been 92's rookie of the year. There was a stretch where I think the Dodgers had 3 in a row. It was Karros, Piazza, and Raul Mondesi. And there is my favorite player growing up, Dave Justice. My wife hates him because of the stories of, I guess, domestic violence between he and Halle Berry. But gosh, Dave Justice was my favorite baseball player growing up. I mean, I tried to emulate my swing after. He just had the sweetest swing to me for a lefty. Tremendous. All right. We're going to stay at the top. Come on, baby. Let's go. I got to prove that I've got the touch. You see me sneak a peek right in? David Cone, checklist. Ken Caminiti. A lot smaller in that picture, isn't he? Molitor. Palmero. Steve Olin. I believe Steve Olin was killed, I think, am I thinking right? In a boating accident, maybe? If I'm not mistaken, I remember something happening with him. If you didn't know or don't know, the puzzle pieces is for a Rod Carew puzzle, which I will try to put together. See if I have enough pieces too. The Bip Roberts, and the Bagwell. Mark Grace, another good lefty swing. Am I imagining? Gosh, I'm imagining things. Thought I had a Mark Lewis in this pack. Crazy. There's a Griffey All-Star. Oh, got another Diamond Kings hit. The ageless one, Julio Franco. I believe he's still playing somewhere, probably close to 70 years old. What a guy. So 2 Diamond King hits. What I see on those are typically about 2, or about 4 rather, 4 per box. So we'll test that theory out as well. Sweet Lou. Read a lot of articles wondering why Alan Trammell's in the Hall of Fame, and his battery mate, I guess, not battery mate, what do you call, I don't know, his double play partner, Sweet Lou Whitaker, is not in the Hall of Fame. Chuck Knobloch, he was 91 AL Rookie of the Year. Van Slyke, there you go, Jabs. Favorite player right there. Stan Javier. Hall of Famer Craig Biggio. Benito. There's a Boggs. Another Kenny Lofton rated rookie. Billy McGee. I always thought Willie McGee was a Willie McGee, Vince Coleman for the Cardinals. There's Barry. Here's a story I read that's interesting. Following that 92 NLCS, or actually in the game, actually prior to Francisco Cabrera getting the game-winning hit. You know, you've probably all seen the video clip. Excuse me, fighting a little bit of a cold, but Francisco Cabrera hits a ball into left field where Bonds is playing. The story goes that Andy Van Slyke, prior to that base hit, thought that Bonds was playing a little too deep in left and actually gave him the signal to move up. And I don't know if this is true or not, but the story goes that Barry Bonds basically flipped him off and said, basically saying, I'll do what I want. And sure enough, ball goes right to Bonds, who was playing a little too deep, and that may have been the difference between Sid Bream being safe and out. But the interesting thing is, after that series, Barry Bonds was actually going to be an Atlanta Brave. I think he was a Brave in principle for 24 hours, and then the deal ended up getting pulled back, or the Pirates pulled out of the deal, but Bonds was going to be a Brave. Can you imagine Barry Bonds and Bobby Cox being in the same clubhouse? Goodness gracious. I don't know how that would have worked out. Some of you are probably like, just freaking go through the cards. Quit talking. There's Jack. Sorry. I love the stories of cards. I love the stories of the players on the cards. Clemens. When is Clemens going to be in the Hall of Fame? You got to think some of these guys, Bonds, Clemens, PEDs or not, do they need to go into the Hall of Fame? Can we really differentiate who was and who was not using PEDs? Are there players in the Hall of Fame now that did use PEDs? I got to think there are. And if that's the case, then shouldn't we let everyone who belongs based on their career numbers in? I don't know. It's a very hot button issue. Fryman, I remember him being a good player. Eddie Taubensee. Molitor, another Gibby. The Murph. Can't get used to seeing him in a Phillies uniform. Legend in Atlanta. Legend. A lot of folks think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Here's Andre. I don't know. I love Dale Murphy. I think he's a great person. He's a fabulous human being. He played so much of his latter career hurt that his numbers suffered. He doesn't have 400 homers. I want to say his final batting average was right around 270, 275 for lifetime. I don't know. I don't know. He did have back-to-back MVPs. Perennial All-Star. I don't know. I don't know if the numbers are there. If he could get in based on his quality as a human being, he'd be in, no doubt, first ballot, but that doesn't get you in the Hall. Juan Berenguer. Gosh. Names from the past. All right, last pack in the top half. Sweet Lou. Edgar. Cordero. Carlos Baerga, good player. I actually got this box on Amazon through an Amazon store, a card shop out of Maryland, I believe. Charm City Cards, I think is what it's called. Another Otis Nixon, another Lofton rookie. Looks like we got some kind of hit. It is Jeff Bagwell Diamond King. It's a good looking card. Well, that's number 3 on the Diamond Kings. And I believe we pulled one out of each section, too, of the box. Boy, during these days, to me, Charles Nagy, he was a good pitcher. To me, is that Les Lancaster? Apparently, Les Lancaster in some way was related to my family. I believe he's from Mississippi. Let's check that. Nope. Must have lived there or something. Anyway, I just remember my grandma telling me that. If she was lying, I'd hope she'd pick a better player to have us be related to than Les Lancaster. No offense to Les if he's watching. Tettleton, Carpenter, Kyle Abbott. Anyway, what I was saying is during this time of my collecting, if it wasn't King Griffey Jr. or Frank Thomas, those were the 2 hottest guys to collect. There's Joe Blauser. Hershiser. Oh boy, how big was he in this time period right here? Todd Van Poppel. The Braves were actually the first to pick in 1990, I believe, and it was between Todd Van Poppel and Chipper Jones. And boy, I think the Braves made the right choice, and then the A's drafted Van Poppel. And he did not translate to the major leagues very well. There's Jack Morris's base card. You know, when I watch these live breaks, whoever's video it is does a lot of interacting with the comments. It's kind of weird sitting here talking to myself, basically, but I'm pretending that you're in the room with me, so I guess that's what we have to do when we make these silly videos. Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. Alex Fernandez, he was a pretty big name in the early 90s. Andy, I'm starting to get worried, man. Starting to get worried. Maybe I'm not Magic Man. Maybe I thought too highly of myself. Olerud. Mark Wohler's rated rookie. He was a good one for us. Got a lot of saves for Atlanta. Lenny. He's gotten in some trouble lately. From what I've read online, if you believe what you read online. Not doing too well in his post-MLB career. Rick Honeycutt. Pitcher turned pitching coach. Heather Yount. There's Trammell. Rick Wilkins. Well, 3/4 of the box broken. There's no elites. Scott Ruskin, Rich Rodriguez. I was watching a YouTube video of a guy busting some 92 Donruss, and son of a gun, he hit a King Griffey Jr. Elite Series. Now, his reaction was a lot different from my reaction that I would have had I done that. He just, calm, cool, and collected. Me, I would have been hooping and hollering and turning cartwheels in the living room. I know what you're thinking. There's George Brett, Hall of Famer. If he hits an Elite Series, is he going to do that tonight? I don't know. We'll just have to see. Dave Winfield. Another Andre. All right. Here we go. Another Diamond Kings, Joe Carter. Walk-off homer in the 93 World Series. Beating the Phillies. I think he hit it off Mitch Williams. Olsen. Ooh, seeing a bunch of the same cards. I think that's our second pudge. All right, 6 packs left. No. Gosh. I could feel the plaque in my arteries start to move every time I think I'm seeing a different color behind that puzzle piece. Marquise Grissom, George Bell, another junior. This looks like the first pack we opened. Bowser, Larry Walker, all right, final 4. And 3. Excuse me. Another Cal. Frank Tanana. There's another name that you remember from this time. All right. 2 packs down. Girardi. Not looking forward to playing him. New manager of the Phillies. Good guy, good manager. Catchers always make good managers though, right? You ever wondered that? They're the only player on the field that never has their back to the action. Everything's always in front of them. They see it all. Last pack. Could it be that the last pack that we have is the very one that contains an Elite? Klesko, that's our first Klesko rated rookie. Galarraga, McGuire. That's our first McGuire. And it does not appear that it's going to be our box this time, y'all. So sorry. That was fun, though. It's fun busting that box. I think we finished with three Diamond Kings and 0 Elites. So, sorry we couldn't get it done for you this time. Perhaps we'll try again. But we'll look forward to seeing everybody. Thank you for joining us for this box break of 92 Donruss. And we'll catch you in the next video. Everybody take care.